What's up, y'all? I'm a boy named Lizz, and I got shit to say.
I've been looking for a soul like you, for the home like you,
So, this is the start of a whole new channel. The reason why I'm doing this channel is, well, because I want to talk about my experience, and I want people to know about my experience, because visibility counts. More kids that are wondering about themselves, seeing more videos on YouTube, finding stories that they can connect with and help them through and keep hope and figure themselves out. I should have scripted this shit. I should have scripted this shit. So what are we going to talk about next? Okay. Why do I think my story is interesting? Well, like every other trans man, I knew from a very early age that I was a boy, not a girl. And like every other trans man, I spent my entire life trying to fit into society in the best way I could. Not necessarily the way society wanted me to fit in, but I kind of found a compromise in my head of how I can kind of be myself, that can kind of be okay through the world's lens. I can't say I was always very successful, because also from an early age I was out. I never knew how to be in a closet. It was just like not even an option for me. My family didn't talk about it. I grew up in a good old-fashioned Afrikaans version of a WASP family, so it was very much like, it's not an issue, we're just gonna put it under the rug. You know, that's how we deal with every trauma in the family, strangely enough. Right. Anyway, so through the years I kind of fitted in, but always as a butch lesbian. I came out as gay to my mom when I was 16. I remember my earliest, the first time I considered transitioning was, I was about 16, I was in high school. It was my first year of high school, what we called Standard 6 back then. And there was a girl I was sweet on, and she was kind of sweet on me. I'm not going to go into that whole thing now because it's going to take too long. Long story short, I said to her at some stage, I'm going to have a sex change and become a boy. And she was down for that because we were sweet on each other at the time and it made sense. Anyway, fast forward all the way to the year I turned 45, and so fast forward through my whole life, fast forward through all the years, living as a butch lesbian, who tried not to be too butch, because let's face it, butch lesbians are not celebrated in South Africa. But I always kind of digged cock. I thought it was just penis envy. Okay, it is penis envy. And I was always openly to say, yes, I have penis envy, and I'm fucking proud of my penis envy, because I always wanted a dick, and why should I lie about that? A lot of people found it quite enchanting. Men did. Men found it very interesting that I was like, yeah, I want to have a dick, and I don't mind having penis envy. But that didn't make me bisexual. I didn't see myself as bisexual because I felt queer. I always felt queer as queer. Now later on, it's like, yeah, the bisexuality more comes from realizing that I'm non-binary. So like, yeah, butch and femme, but neither and both. Since taking testosterone, I've been becoming more and more interested in men and watching so much gay porn. And you know, satisfying myself to a lot of serious gay porn.
Yeah, me neither, man. My porn watching days are over. I knew it when I started emailing feedback. The passion's not in your eyes no more.
And this is not abnormal. Through following other YouTube creators, and I just want to go back to the point about why the visibility and the channels are so important, because I found so much of myself and my acceptance through watching the younger generation talking about their journeys. Man, when I was in my 20s and stuff, like, it wasn't really discussed. I mean, you'd hear of people who've had sex changes, but it was like, you know, a fantasy land. It's not an option that a person could think of. Or maybe that was just the way I thought going through my generational growth. But watching YouTube creators like Jamie Dodger, Ty Turner, Devin Spears, you guys, you help me see, you help me just accept what I've always known about myself. Because it came to a point, and it was on the 13th of February, day before Valentine's Day. Random though, because I don't do Valentine's Days. I don't believe in it. I hate Valentine's Day, but just this connection came afterwards. 13th of February, I was going to bed after long hours of being awake. Anyway, long story short, lying in bed, and you know, like you go through the motions, and you know what happened today, and the dream of tomorrow, and what you think you're gonna do better. And then I started talking about the trans thing, and I was thinking about the trans thing more because I've been thinking about it a lot now for many months. Like, am I trans? This makes sense, right? Like, or am I just like wanting to not try the new fad because now it's allowed, and man, it would be easier living as a man, and so on and so forth, and yeah, I want to lose my period and so on. Which, yes, I do, and it's one of the greatest parts of transitioning. But yeah, I kept questioning for like months and months. I was like questioning my my motives and my reasoning for this, and everything connected to that. How's my family gonna react? Do I care anymore? La 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 la. And then also allowing myself to fantasize, as I usually did throughout my life. My whole life I fantasized in my mind, I'm a guy. If I'm having sex, in my head, I'm the dude. I'm really a dude. Okay, not always. Not always. But yeah, I'm like, I have that masculine drive to be anyway. Long story short, let's go back to here. 13th of February, after all of this, I eventually said to myself, in my head, I let you want this. I'm gonna let you want this. You're allowed. I believe you. I believe me. You know, this is the way we talk in our head. There's us, I guess they, them. And I said to myself, I believe you. Yeah, this is legit. Go ahead. Yeah, COVID hit, and I was broke, so I couldn't get blood tests done. So it was another year before I could actually get my tests done and get onto testosterone. But I came out almost immediately to my family after making that decision. To my mom, firstly, then my stepdad, then my brother, then my sister, who then told my other sisters, which is wonderful because it saved me time having to contact them. But yeah, my mom, very Christian, and my mom always wanted a little girl. My dad had 4 daughters when my mom married my dad. So she had a son, and then like I was the unplanned little gift because she wants a little girl. My mom loves frills and lace and she sews, and but that's other stuff we'll unpack in another video. Anyway, so I started with my mom, and she kind of started getting on board because I pointed out, and this is the conversation I had with everyone. When through my entire childhood, from birth, because I'm the youngest, they've grown up with seeing me, I'm the baby. When have I ever been a girl? And they all went click. Dog barking. Ella, outside. Go, 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 go. Go make noise outside. Oh, it's the door. The door's moving, that's why she's barking. So yeah, everyone's been getting on board because it's like, I'm 45 years old now, so obviously it's not just a phase. And it's been consistent through my whole life. And they look back and they go, yeah, fuck, okay. Like, every time I had to put on a dress for one of my sister's weddings or a funeral or church, there was always a fight. I hated wearing dresses. Okay. So, that's why I'm making a video, because I think my story is interesting, because I've spent my entire life growing up as a woman. Yeah, boy inside, but grew up girl. All the things that go with being a girl, a female, a woman. Stages of puberty, stages of life, sexuality, dealing with society, dealing with misogyny, dealing with homophobia, and all the things I just naturally took in my stride because I'm default a fighter. Like, you know, fight and flight. Like, I don't even think about it. I just go into fight mode. So what makes me interesting that I think is that I am 45 and now transitioning, and I've lived a full life through all the motions because I'm just menopause. Actually, the testosterone's been helping that, which is great. But I've lived this full life through like a couple of decades And I think this is the gift, because it's going to help make me a better man. And I'm grateful for that gift. I think it is a superpower. So, fellow trans guys who are like so triggered by their female stuff, I get it. I get the trigger. I went through my life with body dysmorphia, but I then learned as a survival and defensive technique to compartmentalize. I compartmentalized everything. I ignored the fact that I had boobs. Like, it was just like these things that were attached to me like warts or whatever, and I just had to deal with it. You know, like, I compartmentalized very well and became very good at it. So I understand, like, yeah, youngsters, look at the pros of having grown up with years of being female. You understand what a period's like. You understand what misogyny is like. You understand things that many cis men are never, ever going to be able to have insights on. Can't yourself like you. Seriously. So yeah, boy named Liz, and that's the shit I had to say.